the average musician here. Today, unlike most other music channels, I'm not going to be talking about NAMM, or not much anyway. But the idea for this video was inspired by something I saw from NAMM, which was a switch developed by Seymour Duncan for your guitar, pickup switch, that is Bluetooth enabled, and you can choose like how it switches and what wiring comes out of it effectively. So you just wire your pickups up as normal, and then you can choose via Bluetooth whether you want them to be in parallel or series, whether you want them split, tapped, all that sort of stuff, what combinations you want in which position. And it got me to thinking, at this point, do we have too much choice as musicians? Because I think there's something like 100 different ways that switch can wire itself. But when I was thinking about my guitars, I tend to use maybe 2 positions on each guitar I've got. So for example, on my Greg Bennett, I spend most of the time on that pickup. Admittedly, at the moment it's actually got that one selected. The vast majority I spend up the top there. If I look at my RG, I quite often, if I'm playing something heavy, I'll be there, whereas if I'm playing something smoother, I'll be up there. But I don't tend to go through the positions much at all. Same thing with my Strat clone back there. I like funk, so it tends to sit in an in-between position. And I've got my synths behind me. So my Modi X, it's got like 1,000 different voices on it, and I use probably about 20 of them. So there's way more choice than I actually need. It got me to thinking, why is there so much choice? And then it occurred to me that I'm being quite selfish when I'm thinking about just me. I guess perhaps the reason there's so much choice is that I might have 20 voices that I use regularly, and someone else might play a different style of music and have 20 voices they use regularly, and another person 20 voices they use regularly, and so on and so forth until we get out to 1,000 voices that someone uses regularly. So perhaps I'm being narrow-minded about it. But it also got me thinking about, has the general amount of choice that we've got with instruments, is it getting overwhelming, and is there actually a market for it all? I mean, I suppose even if 10% of the world's population are musical, that's still an awful lot of people. So I guess maybe there is the scope for someone wanting everything that's being produced. And perhaps the flip side is that there's market forces at play. If it's an idea that people don't want, then it just won't sell. And certainly when it comes to guitars, guitarists like to have a few guitars and tend to like to have ones that are special to them or feel right to them, possibly even unique to them. So I guess there's maybe a market there. I don't know, I just think that perhaps the choice could be a bit overwhelming. I suffer from ADHD, and so I can lose my attention pretty quickly and get distracted, and maybe if there's 1,000 different voices on a synth, I can spend hours and hours going through each one of them, being totally distracted by them all. But if you don't have ADHD, maybe you just look straight to the ones you want and go for that. Anyway, I don't really know the point I'm trying to make here. I don't know whether we've oversaturated the market, whether there's too much choice, or whether actually there's a good amount of choice. I mean, there's some nifty things coming out at NAMM that even appeal to me. I mean, one of my DAWs, Traction, is being updated to 12.5, and it's going to be a free update, and that's interesting to me, but it probably isn't interesting to you if you don't use Traction. I guess maybe I'm defeating my own argument, but I'm not really sure. I think maybe perhaps in the comments below people can put what they think. Do they think there's too much choice? Do they think there's not enough choice? Is this much choice a good thing? Is it a bad thing? How is it for beginners? Is it overwhelming? Anyways, you might notice that my room is looking a bit different with my guitars down the side and my synths. I've rearranged the room, but at the moment it's in a bit of a state because I've got some works going on. Let me just show you another angle. So you can see there's quite a lot of rubbish in the back of my room at the moment whilst we get some works done. That'll be gone in the next couple of weeks, and then it'll look really nice and be neat and tidy. Anyway, that's all really I've got for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know whether you think we've got the right amount of choice, too much, too little, or whatever. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.